room here on the screen here, and I look at so many folks that really care about this community. As you all know, I am not the sheriff alone. Mr. County Executive, I want to thank you for taking time today to come in here. People don't realize the important role, I think, that those that are positions of authority really and truly have behind the scenes. I do, and I appreciate everything that you do and the partnership that we have in order for me to move these programs forward. It has to be a partnership. And I'll talk a little bit about that, but I wanted to personally thank you, Pat, for coming here. What can I say about Evelyn Clark? My God, I mean, I mean, it's tough to follow that. Thank you so much, Evelyn. You're an amazing leader. Everybody knows that, and I thank you so much for being here today. Steve Kelly, that partnership that we have that started 3 years ago is stronger than ever. You realized and you took action right away when you saw folks come into your emergency room that were trying to get opioids for pain, and you realized that there was a major problem in our community, and you took action. One of the only hospitals that took immediate action, and of course, Senator Hinchy. I can't thank you enough for bringing the folks down from Albany to see what we're doing here in Ulster County. I saw their faces when the Oracle team was telling them what we were doing here. And I thank you so much for bringing your leadership and your folks down here to Ulster County and the importance of what you do for all of us here in Ulster County. So thank you so much, Senator Hinchy. And I want to thank the team for putting this together today because you guys are amazing. But there are a lot of other partners. When I said that I'm not the sheriff alone, I am the caretaker of this seat, and I work for the people of Ulster County. And I see some great faces out there that helped me along the way and continue to be there, like Chairwoman Eve Walter, like Ashley Dittis, and so many, many others that I know you're out there. 2018 was a historic time for all of us. The community wanted to change, and they wanted to change the direction. And I knew the challenges when I took this job. I don't think anybody knew, though, what was gonna happen 2 or 3 years later. It really has been challenging, not just for those of us in law enforcement, but all of us in general with the pandemic. But these challenges, I can tell you that I didn't face them alone. I want to thank the men and women of the Ulster County Sheriff's Office. They've accepted and embraced change. They understand the challenges that we still have in front of us. I also want to thank the local police chiefs and their agencies for working together, doing this transformation of forging a new relationship, a better relationship with our community. You know, when I got elected, I made a lot of pledges. I supported the green light legislation to give licenses to everyone because before 2001, that's exactly the way it was in New York. And in this country, due process still means something. I changed policies regarding immigration enforcement in our office. I wanted to make sure that everybody in this county got treated fairly, whether you're a citizen or not. This is the land of the free, and we are a country of immigrants. I've updated the use of force policies. I've updated complaints against personnel. I've diversified the sheriff's office, as you heard earlier. And of course, we launched and established the opioid response as county law enforcement. We got a $900,000 grant. Again, that was not alone. That was with the help of the Ulster County Executive. That was with the help of the Ulster County Legislature, the Department of Health. And for the first time in the history of law enforcement here in the Hudson Valley and in Ulster County, we have a social worker and peer advocates that go out on calls. Instead of putting people in jail, we're actually going to help them because we know these people are sick. They're committing small crimes to support their habits. And we know that we had to change what we were doing in law enforcement. So it's extremely important that we understand where we're heading and how we got there. That partnership of folks being embedded for the first time is in law enforcement is an eye-opening experience for us in law enforcement as well. Users that that we arrest that are also users, that are dealers, we refer them to drug court and we get them into rehab. We have so many community partners, whether it's the healing communities, Ellenville Hospital, local law enforcement agencies, Ryan, Hope Rocks, Catholic Charities, so many more. To date, Oracle has assisted over 400 individuals and their families. And we've had referrals, 35% of the referrals are from loved ones. And 65% are from local police agencies, including the sheriff's office, when they show up to an overdose. We've also started the MAP program in the Ulster County Jail, one of the first in the Hudson Valley. Oracle is also involved with that. And speaking of Oracle, they're an absolutely amazing team. The team is really what makes this a success. And my hat's off to them. They work 7 days a week and they never take no for an answer. And that's what makes them so important. As you know, they won the 2019 Innovative Program for the New York State Sheriffs, and we're heading down to Washington, D.C. in February to talk to the national sheriffs. But make no mistake, we also arrest dealers who are profiting and peddling this poison out into our streets. Our urgent task force presents evidence, and of the last couple of years, we've arrested folks, and the DA's office had prosecuted folks for manslaughter second and criminal negligent homicide. That's never happened before. We had to send the message that we cannot allow people to make money on the misery of putting drugs out in the streets and causing people to die in our county. The task force has shifted its strategy. It's targeting suppliers rather than the low-level dealers. Last year, and of course the year before, have been absolutely incredible with the pandemic, bail reform, discovery laws, the repeal of 50A. All of us in law enforcement had to look at the mirror and figure out a way how to improve the way we treat people of color and the underprivileged. I know, because I sat with the chiefs in this county, that we're heading in the right direction. I know that we have flaws, and there's nothing wrong with some improvement. We've trained, we've done implicit bias training, citizen officer interaction training. We're going to have a Citizens Academy that's coming up this year. The important thing of what we are learning or continue to move forward on is that of respecting everyone and treating everyone the right way, de-escalating situations. Putting civilians in key positions is also an important thing in this administration. A discovery coordinator who gathers all the information for both the prosecutor and the defense attorneys is a civilian in the sheriff's office. The urgent commander, who's a previous prosecutor for the DA's office, a civilian, runs the task force. He makes sure that when the search warrants are submitted, that they're legal, they're right, they're fair, and we're not violating people's rights. And starting this year with the help of the county executive and a lot of folks in this county, we're going to really move forward with the Anti-Violence Effort Response Team, AVERT. That program is somewhat mirrored to Oracle. We're going to try and identify folks that haven't gotten in trouble. We know that they have weapons or involved or a potential issue of being involved in violence. We're going to offer them education. We're going to offer them vocational training. We're going to offer them housing. We're going to offer them mental health help. And this is just the beginning. We're also going to hire a chief investigator of professional standards. In the past, it was a collateral duty. Well, it's not going to be anymore. That's not what we should be doing in law enforcement. That's not what our community wants. What we want is, if there's a complaint, that we have an independent person who's not affiliated with unions that's going to go out and investigate any complaints against personnel. This individual, when they get hired, is going to be doing audits, quality assurance checks, internal investigations, backgrounds, crisis intervention, and employee assistance, because law enforcement also has issues, and we have to take care of our own folks as well. I see that I froze, so let me know, and thank you. I'm in my home, so it's the Wi-Fi here isn't the greatest, so I apologize. So yes, the professional standards is going to be something that we're focusing on. We also launched recently a sheriff's app, again, to be transparent. You'll be able to make complaints, look at our policies, and so many other things that within the app. So go take a look at the app. I want to finish with one last thing. As the caretaker, as I said earlier, of the office and representative of the people, we have a lot more to do. I am asking you for your support as I seek a second term, so together we can continue to make Ulster County stronger, safer, and more united. So thank you, and I appreciate everything that you do for all of us, and I look forward in being your sheriff for another 4 years. Thank you very much.